We are here at Mckee Farms Park. There's a pond behind me. There's also one way over there. We're gonna fish both because why wouldn't you fish both if you're already here? This was actually a request by one of the viewers. I actually did fish this pond before, caught nothing but bluegill, but the water is actually a little bit better now than it was then. So let's actually give this a shot and we'll see what we can catch here. Maybe we'll catch a bass this time. All right, we have, we're at the middle of the pond and we're going to cast out and see if we can get anything. This pond is a little bit murkier than I would have liked. Definitely a bit murkier than I would have liked. Oh, that's a fish. That's a fish. And it's not an uber crappy small fish. I believe this is a pumpkin seed. It's a nice little pumpkin seed right there. A pumpkin seed little fish. All right, fish. You're lucky that I am a catch and release fisherman. See you later, buddy. All right, let's see if there's any bigger fish in the pond or if this pond is just infested with really small sunfish. That is a good toss towards the middle of the pond. If there's any bigger fish, they actually should see that and they should be biting it. Even a small bass, but we're gonna move on from this location and try like another location for bass if this doesn't really work. We know that there's sunfish here. I cannot confirm the existence of any other fish here, unfortunately. I can tell the bottom. Oh, that's another sunfish. Look at that. This one's, I think this one's a long ear. Nice little fish there, nice little fish, but just another sunfish, unfortunately. Just another sunfish. All right, sunfish. You're lucky getting caught by a catch and release fisherman, but you know what? You made me feel excited. So therefore, goodbye, fish. All right, we're gonna try with a bigger bait. And this one is essentially game fish bait. I've caught walleye, bass. I've caught sunfish on it too, but significantly bigger sunfish than what I've been catching here. So if anything bites this, it might be a more significant fish, and I think I just got one. Nope, I got some reeds. I got excited there for a while, but I got some reeds. Did get excited there for a while. I was like, oh, I got a bass, I got a bass. Nope, no siree, just some reeds. I've gotten a couple of bites at the center of the pool, which actually makes me excited, thinking there might be a bigger fish in the center of the pond. The slight breeze is actually making it pretty hard for me to cast exactly where I want it, where I want to cast. It's not too bad of a breeze and it's actually quite comfortable. Oh, that was a hit. Oh no, it's just another one of these crappy fish. Never mind, got excited for nothing. It's just another one of these crappy little sunfish. This one's even smaller than the other ones. Goodbye, fish. Well, we caught a couple of sunfish here and the pond seems to be fairly full of sunfish, but we didn't catch anything bigger throughout the entire pond. And honestly, I don't think there are any bigger fish in this particular pond, so we're gonna go fish the other one. Hopefully that pond, which I think has a little bit more vegetation than this one, could actually produce some big fish. Because I don't really see any signs of any bigger fish. There seems to be birds diving in the water, but they're probably diving after very, very small fish. And this pond does not seem to be all that productive for big fish. And I've tried casting at many, many different places. So this is the other pond at Mckee Farms Lake. And I see a bunch of bluegills in the water, which is pretty promising. But let's see if there's any other big fish in the water. See what we can hook here. Let's get a line in the water. All right, we know we have bluegills here because I see a bunch of them, but not looking for small bluegills, looking for something much larger. See if there's any chance that we get a larger fish out in the abyss over there without getting ultra jammed. Oh, I got a fish already. Oh, it's a bass. This one, this pond has fish, my friends. This pond has fish. That is a largemouth bass. That is a largemouth bass, folks. An awesome largemouth bass. Check that out. Check that out. Ooh. Trying to flop bass? I don't think so. Check that out. our first non-sunfish of the day, a largemouth bass. Let's just get this guy back in the water where he belongs. All right, Bassy Bass. Time for you to get back in the water and eat more sunfish so you can grow even bigger. There you go. In the pipes you go. Pretty sure there's like bass just resting out there. Yeah, it's like really shallow and reedy here, so it's definitely not the ideal conditions for bass fishing. Oh, I got one. It's another bass, Oh, that one's slung off. Though. There is this ditch here. I believe I just saw a goldfish in there. I don't know how. I mean, goldfish are just carp, so I guess there could be like baby carp in there or something. Fortunately, I don't have my corn, but this is really murky water. Wouldn't be good for sight predators, so I'm gonna go toss like a piece of chicken in there and see if anything picks it up. So we're gonna fish this ditch. There's a goldfish there. I'm sure the others are just pretty much carp as well, or maybe gills. So there's at least fish in here. I just don't know what, I need to pull one up to identify the type, but there's definitely fish in there. No doubt. All right, now that the chicken and the swim bait didn't work, I'm gonna try the worm. That was a crappy cast, but then again, this thing's not very heavy, so. Okay, that was a ting. It's definitely a ting. Oh, got one already. That is actually a carp. I believe this is a carp. Interesting, this is not a bluegill. Yeah, look at that, we caught a little carp. So there are carp in here, and there's big ass carp in here too. Definitely gonna try to hook one of the big ones. Check that out. It's actually a carp. There's carp in this ditch, and I know there's a big carp in this ditch. So we're gonna go for it. That big carp will probably destroy my setup, but we got an actual carp. Okay, carp. Off into the ditch back you go. Go back into the ditch. See ya, carp. Later. All right, we back with the sweet corn. See if we can get any carp. Oh, I got one. Yeah, the weight was the issue. But it's a frickin' sunfish. What the heck? It's a freaking sunfish. Looking for a carp. You damn sunfish. All right. Got a weight on there. Ah, spooked him. Ah, it's another one of these sunfish. I mean, these are the only things I'm catching. Another one of these sunfish. Third sunfish while trying to catch carp. See if I'll sunfish. All right, the carp won today, except for that one that got hooked. But I will be back tomorrow, and I will catch a carp, hopefully. All right, guys, we are back in the hunt for MagikCarp today. We bought all the heavy supplies. We got Spam, which is what we're gonna do first. Got sweet corn and hot dogs. Those MagikCarp have no idea what they're up against, and we're gonna catch one, or at least hope to catch one. All right, let's get a line on the water and go hunt some MagikCarp. There's a storm rolling in a while, I think, but we're gonna fish for MagikCarp before and after the storm, and we're gonna catch one because that's what legendary fishermen do. We catch fish. Right, toss out towards that end again, and hopefully I can get a bite sometime. Keep on thinking the water plants are actually the carp because I guess I'm so itching for a bite. Oh, I got one. As soon as it hit, that is a carp. I can tell by the way it actually gets the water. That is a slightly bigger MagikCarp than the one I had yesterday, but that is not a significant MagikCarp, unfortunately. Still looking for a much bigger MagikCarp than this, guys. A far bigger MagikCarp. But at least I got a carp. There we have him, guys, our second MagikCarp. It's slightly bigger than the first one we had, but it's still a very low-level MagikCarp I held in my hand. Look at that, a low-level MagikCarp. It's going back in the water. All right, little magic carp, go call your buddies for me. Call your buddies for me, carp. All magic carp so far have been caught on the worm. So we're gonna use the worm again because that seems to be what magic carp prefer as bait over the other stuff. These are very small ones. Where are my larger carp? I think it's a sunfish just by judging, but yep, it is a sunfish. I am very, very tempted to cut this guy up. I think it's a pumpkin seed. I'm very tempted to actually cut this guy up and throw him in for bowfin, but I don't think there's any bowfin in here, so I'm not gonna kill the sunfish. However, if I do somehow catch a small bowfin, one of these sunfish will get cut up. All right, I have a nice little piece of Spam, and I'm just gonna toss it out in the middle of the channel and hopefully withdraw it a little bit and hopefully get a bite soon in the middle of the channel. So I got a bullhead catfish. All right, see you later. Well, that's gonna conclude our day, unfortunately. But we did have a lot of fun. We caught 2 carp, several sunfish, a bass, and a bullhead catfish. 4 major species. Had a lot of fun. And with the carp, since I caught 2 of their smaller brethren, but I did not catch any of their bigger brethren, we'll call it a tie. Neither of us exerted dominance over the other, but the sunfish have a strong fear of fishermen now. So that is conclusion of Mckee Farms Park. I'm probably gonna come back here a couple days later and just basically toss Spam out in the middle and just wait and see what I can actually catch that way instead of like slowly retrieving. A lot of fun. Mckee Farms Park, pretty decent fishing place.